Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about the book Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. It is a short read, 158 pages. You can probably knock that out in a day. It took me a few days. Life gets in the way sometimes of reading, The reason it's called Fahrenheit 451 is because 451 is the degree where books can combust. This book is a post-nuclear war dystopian society book. There's no time given as to when it takes place. It was hinted, I read somewhere that it was hinted that it was around 2056, but the author doesn't quite give a timeline, which to me makes this more timeless. It was written in the 1950s. It is different than a lot of dystopian books I've read because, when you think of dystopian society, you think things are scarce, people are fighting for survival, there's no food. So this one isn't like that at all. The world is very modern. Nobody's struggling. TVs take up the whole wall, and like our protagonist, his wife was obsessed with a TV, and 3 walls in their parlor were the TV. They actually call the people, the actors, family. And so society has been so modernized that they're very disassociated from each other. People are very replaceable. One thing that I found amusing was this was written in 1950, and a lot of the characters are described as having seashells in their ears. It took me a couple paragraphs to figure it out. They're earbuds. And so they're always listening to something. Even when they sleep, they had earbuds on, listening to something, which it's kind of like how we are today. How often do we go to the grocery store or we're home and at least somebody in your house, I know in my house is true, has an earbud on, they're listening to their own music. And I know a lot of people out there, they'll listen to podcasts or books. I listen to books. But a little eye-opening for me in that in this society, these people were so obsessed with technology, it kind of took over their lives and made them not very personable with each other. Even husband and wife, they were completely disconnected from each other. They just lived together because Agnus' wife especially was very obsessed with her TV characters. That was what she was obsessed with. And she barely spoke to her husband because of it. And in this dystopian society, they have forbidden books. So if they find out you have books, they'll get burned. So the firefighters no longer have to worry about houses burning down because they discovered a way to make houses fireproof. So firefighters are kind of out of a job. And so their job then becomes to burn the books. And so, they work in the firehouse still, they'll get a call, but the call is someone owns a book, my neighbor has books, and they go and they burn down the books. And there is a moment that changes our protagonist's life. He's a firefighter, and all he's known is burning down books, and he doesn't think through what he's doing. He just kind of goes through the motions. Everybody in this society just goes through the motions. Nobody has read in years. His generation, I think, they never had books by this point. And the older folks remembered what books were, but not the younger folks. And so he goes through the motions, he burns down books. Well, something happens where a lady, they're in her house getting ready to burn her books, and she refuses to leave the house, and she refuses to leave her books. So that kind of opens up his eyes to what are books about? Why are so many people willing to risk their lives hiding these books? And so he goes through some changes and becomes a rebel, and he befriends another rebel who helps him, and kind of just slowly discovers how detached everyone is from reality because of the lack of books. So I thought it was interesting. I really liked the book. I really hope we never have this society where books are burned and banned. It was interesting to see what could happen if we were no longer allowed to read, if we're no longer allowed to have books, if we become so reliant on technology that we completely lose focus of what's important. The characters in this book didn't even really know how to interact with each other on a personal level. Everything was very superficial. And I think that could easily happen even now with the way technology is going in our world. And so I definitely, like, my takeaway from it was to spend more time with books and reading more books instead of scrolling. So like, I try to keep my books nearby whenever I'm home, or if I go out, I'll take a book with me. Because, you know, if you're waiting in a doctor's office or something, this is what we want to be doing scrolling. There's nothing there. But I would rather take that time to read. And so like, I'm really, and it's honestly taking a little bit of training, which is sad to me, to pick up a book instead of picking up my phone. Because doom scrolling is a lot easier, but there are so many worlds out there for us to find in books. So I'm really enjoying prioritizing that, as well as putting down our phones when we're with our family or friends or loved ones, because it's really easy to sit down with somebody for dinner or whatever and just be scrolling and looking at our phones instead of face to face. And this book definitely shows that. There's no mention of phones in this book, but technology as a whole, where people are more or feel more closer to the actors on the TV than they do to their neighbor. So all in all, a really good read. A little convicting with the technology stuff. So I hope you guys are able to find time to read it. It is 158 pages, so it's not that long. And I think you really enjoy it. Thank you so much.